I was speaking to someone else recently, and they said that they wondered why all their staff were leaving in less than 12 months. And a HR expert came in, looked over their shoulder, who was a friend in a group, and looked over their shoulder and saw what they were doing and said, "You're telling them what to do all the time." So they just leaving. I said, so his ego was getting in the way, and control freak was getting in the way of him scaling by delegating. And that's one of the big challenges, isn't it, of any entrepreneur, is knowing when to step away and delegate. So the next step, you now have a services business, which has its own challenges. And also you are focusing on e-commerce companies. So in terms of what you do, as we had a chat before we hit the record button, was that you sit down with your clients and help them optimize almost everything, including the content around their product, their advertising. So what's that process look like for you when you go and talk to a client, and what are the steps for you to take an e-commerce company from zero to hero?
Yeah. So, our process actually starts before they become a client.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at a stage in our business now where we're more picky with who we take on
Mm-hmm.
as a brand. And, we're very confident before they even start with us that we know what their hero product is. And we understand that it's actually, what they're selling is actually making an impact in lives and helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So going into the relationship, we have a pretty clear understanding of focus and, what we need to be doing for the brand. We found that to crack the code on marketing or growth for anyone, you have to kind of get dialed in on 4 things: product, positioning, placement, and audience. All right. So those 4 things, when you're focused on all of that, when you find your focus on all of those, you're able to have profitable marketing. So going into a relationship, we usually know what the product is. So the next is, how do we position that product in a way that helps people desire it? So then we start locking in on different hooks and different catchphrases. So our process from the very beginning is discovering why people are buying the product. So we have an entire onboarding process with all of our brands where they basically log into a portal, and we've created a series of worksheets that they go through where we extract information from them on their why behind their brand, the why behind their product, and also the value props that they understand about their products, right? The reasons people are buying. So we extract all this information from these people, and then we turn that into content that we typically see converting online, specifically on like Facebook and Instagram. And that's where we start with all of our campaigns. So that's the positioning portion of it. The audience is something that we just kind of get dialed in on over time. And then the placement is as well. So understanding, are they converting better on Instagram, or are they going to convert better on Facebook? But here's an interesting thing that most people find pretty wild whenever we start digging in, is the Facebook placement is usually the best converting place for people with ads. Instagram, not as great of a platform for running ads for most brands. And it really just comes down to people's intent for the platform. So our entire process starts off with having a legitimate product, understanding how to sell it, and then leaning into that.